Right, now I think in the last video I said I would actually choose some ceremonies for you. So I'm going to tell you what the ceremonies are. So this book here I've got, which has not got anything on it in the minute, the front cover, is a book of spells, but specifically it's only full of ceremonies. Now the ceremonies will be, I've got loads of versions of the first ceremony called a hand fasting. Now I'm sure most of you who are pagans who are watching this will know exactly what a hand fasting is. So there's quite a few versions of a hand fasting in here. The next ceremony is a wizarding or wickening ceremony. Now I'm sure you all know what that is. If you don't, it's a blessing of good magic for children. Whether death blessing that's obvious. Then obviously there is an initiation ceremony of a type, and again another hand fasting ceremony, and of course another hand fasting ceremony. But really, there's only sort of really those. So it's only really, I mean, there isn't really a sort of birthday ceremony for wizards or witches or whatever that I could really write in a book of ceremonies. I mean, there's the 4 that I mentioned, which are either a funeral, a wedding, a child blessing, or an initiation ceremony. Now, those are ceremonies or rituals. But the others, well, like I said, I mean, for example, birthdays, now, they're a bit more difficult to write a ceremony or ritual for. I mean, you can bless the person, and that's all, the witch or the wizard or druid or sorceress in question, but that's all you can really do for them. You can't really sort of actually have a specific ceremony of such in that sort of sense. So, now, the 4th ceremony, now there are 2 types of, now there are 4 certificates I've got for some of the ceremonies. So I'll just get those in a minute and show them to you. Now, the first one is not actually a ceremony in itself exactly, but it is a certificate because obviously, as starting as a wizard of Order of Maien, and if they new people who want to actually become official members, they will get a certificate to say that they've completed whatever level of. So it's a course completion certificate, and it obviously is that they've completed a course in one of the levels that they choose to start from. And each level they do, they will get this particular certificate. Now, at the bottom, I've signed it. I will put their name on there, and then obviously they will sign it. I will say they won't sign. I'll say what level they are, and then on what date that they've done it. So obviously, that's the first. That was one of the first certificates now it's only a handwritten. Now each of these certificates are handwritten, but I will hopefully do them on the computer when I go to the library tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, or Wednesday, or whatever, or whenever I get to the library. Now the next certificate is obviously a certificate of initiation, which obviously tells you that's obviously obvious. And it says initiate's full name at the top, underneath the word certificate of initiation. So obviously that's the line where they would have their name put in. And then it says, this is to certify the named above has been initiated into the particular order I want to start, which is called the Dragon Order of Wizards. And please, that is copyrighted because I've already chosen it, and I've already said it, and I've already used it, and it's on the name of the book of spells of the order. So please, and it's the symbol, to do with the symbol of the order, which is the European little dragon here that you can see. It's not very good, obviously, clear it there. And then obviously at the bottom, by the chief, his or her chief high priest. Well, I haven't put her because the order. I don't know if any women are going to join, but if they do, well, I will obviously change it. But anyway, but I just did his as a quick quick write-up. And then obviously it says the Chief High Priest signature, and I've already signed it. Each of these certificates, although I've handwritten them as a show of good faith and goodwill, I've pre-signed them. Obviously, which I will do when it's obviously, and I'll sign it obviously when I've typed them up, and then that way I haven't got to worry about signing them. And then here's a good one I thought would be a really good idea to have for hand fastings, and it says certificate of hand fasting, and underneath you can see it's got the word pagan marriage in brackets. And I thought that was a really good idea. So at first it says this is to certify that. That would be the name of the bride or the first civil partner, if you're gay or whatever, as I said earlier. And then again, the second civil partner or bride have been married, hand fasted, in brackets again the word married. And this certificate makes a hand fasting a legal ceremony, a legal marriage ceremony. They belong to the order, the Dragon Order of Wizards, and again that name is copyrighted already, although it doesn't say it's a copyrighted name. I am saying it's copyrighted. So that, by copyright laws, if I say it's copyrighted, it means it's copyrighted. Simple, good, good. Simples, as they say on one of those adverts I'm sure you've all probably seen. And then obviously you will have the groom or first civil partner's signature. And again, and then below that, obviously, you will have the bride or second civil partner's signature. And again, at the bottom, it asks for my signature, and I've already signed it. So, in preparation. And the final of the 4 certificates that I've got, particularly for order members, is a certificate of wizarding, which is obviously a blessed, you know what that is from the last video. And it says, this is to certify that whatever the child or children's names are, has been welcomed into the way of wizardry by his or her parents or guardians, depending if they've adopted and then they decide they want to welcome them to, and the Chief High Priest of the Dragon Order of Wizards, again, that is copyrighted, that is a name, I've already chosen it, I've written it down, and it's here in ink on paper, so it's copyrighted. Although I haven't put a copyright, I am saying it is copyrighted. So by the laws of copyright, if someone even says something is copyrighted, it is copyrighted even if it isn't written and it's got a copyright symbol, because that's how copyright works. It means you can't use it. So please don't steal my order's name. I shan't like you, those of you who are watching this video and who do think of stealing the name of the order, because I will not be happy. I probably might find out. Now, and then obviously, then it's got the signature of the parents or guardians, and then obviously at the bottom, and so it's got the first parent, and then obviously the second parent, and then obviously at the bottom again, it asks for and has got my signature. Now, I bet you probably all saw something there about my. Now it's my first 2 initials of my first 2 names and my surname, and then this is letters CHP, and that means Chief High. That's short for Chief High Priest. That's a long word and that's quite a lot of. That's about 3 words, and I'm not going to I wasn't going to sit there, even when I'm printed up those certificates and write Chief High. Sign out and write out the words Chief High Priest every time. So there you are. That's a bit on ceremonies and so on and so forth. Ceremonies and rituals, and I think that's all I can really tell you. Thank you for watching. But now that copyright warning does remain in force for as long as I'm the Chief High Priest of this previously mentioned order, and as long as it is going even when I'm no longer Chief High Priest. It is still a copyrighted name.